Alright, so as you guys know, for the last 48 hours, we've been trying to figure out how to get our hands on this developer Cinder String skin. That was actually a tongue twister to say, but anyways, we've been trying to get our hands on this skin, and your boy has been spending countless of hours, not only losing my mind in general chat in the Discord server, but also just literally trying to figure this out and working with so many different people. With that being said, I now officially know how to go ahead and unlock this, which honestly, once I tell you guys, you're probably gonna lose your mind just how easy it is. But let's give you guys the full breakdown here. So for starters, we figured out pretty quickly, at least yesterday, that the solution was pretty much right here at this bug, which is located in Ancient Isles. The problem with this is that this bug kind of has like, I don't know, like 100 different things that he says. Some of them are sort of like decoys that you're supposed to just completely ignore. And then some of it is actually right information. Overall, the biggest issue with this is that every single time that you click on him, it has like, dude, it feels like it's a 5-minute cooldown every single time that he says something. I've tried going far away and coming back and whatnot, but the point is that eventually you have to wait until he says, have you tried typing your user ID backward? That's literally what he says. So yes, believe it or not, that is literally the solution here. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the chat. In my case, it is 790235784. In case you aren't aware how to do this yourself, I'll go ahead and give you the quickest rundown. All you basically want to do is just come over here to the Roblox website. On the left-hand menu, click on profile, and then your profile is going to go ahead and load up. In the actual URL, you're going to see this number right over here. Just go ahead and grab that number and flip it backwards. Then at that point, just go ahead and type it in chat backwards and press enter, and you're going to get all of these lines as well as the question mark. And then at this point, you just go into your equipment bag, check your Cinder, and there you go. You have yourself the secret skin now. It is quite literally that easy, but it is something that we all just kind of overlooked because, well, like I said, a lot of these testers and just everybody that was putting out hints was making it way more complicated than it actually needed to be. To pretty much sum it up, every single leak or hint that we've gotten has just tried to lead us up to this point right here, which we already knew about. The only leak that actually made sense was the fact that the GoGoBite actually had the information, which again, a lot of us sort of ignored because there's just so many different variants of what this guy says, or sorry, I mean this bug, that honestly, you could probably spend an entire day just clicking on this guy over and over again until you finally get that answer. But either way, man, here it is right here. Keep in mind that you can go ahead and get this skin even without actually having this rod. So if you want to, you can go in really quickly, get this done so that way you have the skin unlocked, and then you can go right back to, well, pretty much trying to trade for the stuff. Because like I mentioned in my video yesterday, one of the fish that you need in order to actually obtain the Cinder String is technically considered an extinct fish. So you quite literally cannot get it anymore. Which honestly, this is probably a good time to go ahead and tell you guys on how to even obtain this fishing rod. For those of you like me that maybe quit for the last couple of months and are just now coming back, I won't spend too much time on this. We're going to sort of rapid fire right through this. So follow along with me as best as you can. For starters, right now we are inside of depths because this is basically where the entire thing begins. We're going to go ahead and jump across heading towards kind of where the innkeeper is. And then once we're in front of the merchant, we're going to go to the right hand side over here. Keep following along on this path. You're going to see the waterfall over here to the left-hand side. Sort of jump up on top of this ledge and then jump across onto this little catwalk here. At this point, you're just going to travel all the way to the end where the tunnel is. As soon as you enter in there, you will have found Crystal Cove. Again, this is probably common knowledge for those of you that have been playing throughout this entire time, but for the returning players and even new players, this is definitely going to be new information for you guys. Now, your next step is going to be to go ahead and unlock the music venue. For that, unfortunately, you are going to need a specific relic. To be more specific, you're going to need this little guy right here, which is a enchant relic, but with the chaotic mutation on it. Remember, in order to go ahead and get chaotic mutation, you do need to have the chaotic enchant equipped, and it's going to be an 8% chance for you to even be able to get this. So good luck. Definitely not easy, but it is still very much obtainable. There is sort of a much easier way if you have the Duskwire, but obviously if you haven't unlocked the music venue, then it's kind of irrelevant to you, so just ignore that entire portion that I just said right now. Either way, once you have your chaotic enchant relic, you're going to go ahead and follow along with me, jump right up here, and then input your relic right in here, which at that point, this door all the way back here is going to go ahead and open up for you, and now you've unlocked the underground music venue. Once inside of here, you will have discovered every single one of the NPCs that have pretty much all of the best rods in the game right now. I mean, literally, Polaris is in here, Wing Ripper's in here, everything that you're looking for, specifically the Cinder String that you are in need of right now. The thing is, right, is that as of the time that I'm recording this video, you technically have 3 days for some of these rods, and then 10 days for rods like the Polaris. So yes, unfortunately, the clock is ticking for you guys. So now you're probably wondering, well, which of these NPCs is the one that gives me the Cinder String? And it's this little guy right over here, which is Rick. But this is where things start to get a little bit unfortunate. You see, to unlock the Cinder String, you have to complete 3 quests that Rick provides for you. The first quest is rather simple, I mean, considering it's still obtainable, and that is to get your hands on a scorched sea mine. Turn it into Rick, and you will have completed part 1. Part 2 is where this entire quest sort of becomes impossible. You see this fish right over here called the hog choker? This one is considered an extinct fish. So unless by some absolute miracle you have inside of your inventory a ember flame hog choker, then you cannot complete this. It's also incredibly rare to find people that actually have this fish, even up for trade or for sale. To my knowledge, this fish was only obtainable in the second sea. And well, as you guys know, that obviously is no longer in the game. So that means that this fish is no longer in the game. I'll be honest, man, I think it'd be really cool to see them potentially add the fish in for maybe like the last 24 hours or maybe like the last 12 hours of Rick's quest, just to kind of give, you know, some of those people that are coming back the opportunity. But at the same time, I do fully understand that some of the players that did stick around with the entire game through its pretty much downfall, they're going to sort of feel a little bit betrayed because, well, trading is in the game. And to my knowledge, I believe this skin is going to be tradable. They may actually disable that because there was a little bit of a bug. By the time that you guys are seeing this video, it's completely fixed though. But anyways, back on topic, let's assume that you do have the Ember Flame Hog Choker. Congratulations. There is still a little bit of hope for you because the final item after you turn that into him is a shiny subspace bait crate. So good luck with that one. Once you've done all of that, you'll go ahead and get yourself the Cinder String and you're pretty much golden. For those of you that end up not being able to unlock this fishing rod, I would still strongly suggest for you to go ahead and unlock the skin. You never know what can happen in the future. And it's very possible that we could see the guitar introduced either some different way or maybe brought back for a limited time. Another thing that I also almost forgot to mention, if you notice, my guitar now is yellow. And that is because, yes, you can change the color of this if you have the supporter game pass. All you got to do is just change the color of your halo, then come into your inventory and unequip and equip it again. And there you go. Now it's a different color. But yeah, man, this has been quite the painful 48 hours. I actually have no idea when you guys are going to see this video because I believe that the tester team is currently working on like the second step. So they want to sort of like gatekeep this information as long as they can. So when you are seeing this, if it's been a couple of hours since you know that it's pretty much been discovered, that's sort of the reason why. They're really working on finalizing everything with the second part. So that way, once you guys are all finishing getting your hands on this skin, you can go ahead and instantly jump into working on the second part. It's pretty cool, man. It's a nice little hunt. All jokes aside, I know that I, said that it was kind of stressful and things were, starting to get dumb and stuff like that, but it's all part of the fun, Getting all worked up and doing the most repetitive things over and over again is half of the fun in some of these hunts. So yeah, if you guys have any additional questions, let me know in the comment section. Shout out to every single one of you that helped me out through this entire thing. I definitely did not do this by myself. I'm excited to be here as soon as the second part actually begins, where I won't be completely confused on what is the leak and what isn't, like how I came back for this one and everything was just sort of really confusing to me. Either way, man, really short video. Again, I don't want to make this super long for you guys. Just also want to go ahead and point it out, there isn't any type of like really cool thing going on with this. It's literally just a skin. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.